Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out the immigration system has completely frozen. Flights still land, borders are still there, but the paperwork, approvals, and legal pathways people depend on have slowed to a crawl. Families are stuck in limbo, workers don't know if they can stay, and politicians are pointing fingers on live TV. Some say it's a crisis. Others say it's long overdue reform. And right in the middle of it all are real people whose lives can't be put on pause. Today we're diving into a debate that's exploding across North America. And trust me, this one is heating up fast. If you care about borders, jobs, families, or just the future of how countries grow, you do not want to miss this. Before we go deeper, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the high-stakes stories we break down here on Viral Clashes Canada, where politics feels more like a courtroom drama than a press conference. So what's really going on? Depending on who you ask, the immigration system isn't just under pressure, it's either overwhelmed, beyond repair, or finally being forced to face problems that have been ignored for years. Application backlogs are stretching into months, sometimes years. People who followed every rule are stuck refreshing email inboxes, waiting for updates that never seem to come. At the same time, border crossings are making headlines, and critics argue the system was never designed to handle today's volume. Supporters say the demand proves people still believe in the promise of starting fresh in a new country. Opponents say the system is being gamed and ordinary citizens are paying the price. Picture a skilled worker who got a job offer, packed up their life, and moved with their family, only to find their permit renewal trapped in a backlog. Their employer needs them, their kids are in school, but one delayed decision could force them to leave everything behind. Now picture a small-town resident watching housing prices climb and wondering if rapid population growth is making life harder for people already there. Both stories are real, both people feel ignored, and that's where the debate turns from policy to pure emotion. Politicians have stepped into this like it's the final round of a championship fight. One side says the system is broken because it's too slow, too outdated, and buried under red tape. They argue that modern economies need workers, especially in healthcare, construction, and technology, and that shutting doors or slowing things down will hurt everyone in the long run. The other side fires back that bringing in more people when housing is tight and services are stretched is like pouring water into an already full glass. They say compassion without limits turns into chaos. The word collapse gets thrown around a lot, but what does that even mean? It doesn't mean borders disappear overnight. It means trust in the system starts to crack, and people who apply legally feel forgotten, and people watching from the outside feel like rules don't matter. Frustration grows on all sides. Social media clips go viral. One short video of a crowded shelter or a long immigration line can spark thousands of angry comments. Suddenly, complex policy turns into a simple slogan, "It's out of control," or "We need to be more humane." And just like that, the middle ground gets squeezed. Economists jump in with their charts and numbers. They point out aging populations, labor shortages, and the need for young workers to support social programs. Without immigration, some industries would shrink fast. But then housing experts show their own graphs, warning that supply isn't keeping up with demand. Teachers talk about crowded classrooms. Nurses talk about packed waiting rooms. The debate stops being just about who gets to come in and becomes about whether the country can keep up with the pace of change. Meanwhile, the people inside the system feel like they're stuck in a maze with no map. Hotlines are overloaded. Websites crash. Legal advisors are booked for months. Rumors spread fast. My friend waited 2 years. My cousin got approved in weeks. No one knows what to believe. Stress builds. Families delay big decisions like buying homes or starting businesses because their status feels uncertain. That uncertainty ripples outward into the economy in ways that don't always show up in headlines. And then there's the political theater. Lawmakers hold emergency meetings. Committees promise investigations. Press conferences get dramatic. One official says the system is facing unprecedented strain. Another says the real problem is mismanagement and mixed messages. Every statement becomes a clip. Every clip becomes a battleground in the comments section. On Viral Clashes Canada, we've seen how quickly these moments turn into full-blown narrative wars, where facts, fears, and personal stories all collide. What makes this debate so explosive is that immigration touches identity. It's about who we are as a country, who we were, and who we want to become. Some people see newcomers as the next generation of entrepreneurs, nurses, and neighbors. Others see rapid change and feel like their communities are shifting too fast. Both feelings can exist at the same time, and ignoring either side only fuels more anger. There's also the question of fairness. People who waited years in line feel cheated when they see others entering through different pathways. At the same time, humanitarian groups argue that emergencies don't wait for paperwork, and that strict systems need flexibility to deal with real human crises. Balancing rules and compassion sounds good in theory, but in practice it turns into tough choices that no one fully agrees on. Behind closed doors, officials talk about modernization, digital systems, and hiring more staff to clear backlogs. But government change moves slowly, and public patience runs out quickly. Every delay becomes proof, for critics, that the system can't handle reality. Every attempt at reform becomes proof for supporters that the system is trying to adapt under impossible pressure. And while all this plays out, regular people just want stability. Employers want to know if they can keep their workers. Families want to know if they can plan their future. Communities want to know if growth will come with the schools, roads, and homes needed to support it. When answers don't come, frustration looks for someone to blame. That's when debates turn personal, and compromise feels like betrayal. The truth is, immigration systems were built for a different era. Slower travel, fewer applications, less global movement. Now, information travels instantly, opportunities spread through social media, and people are more mobile than ever. The pressure isn't likely to disappear. The real question is whether systems can evolve fast enough to keep up without losing public trust. Some experts warn that if trust fully breaks, support for legal immigration could drop sharply, leading to harsher rules that hurt the very people trying to do things the right way. Others argue that clear limits and faster processing would actually rebuild confidence, showing that the system can be both welcoming and organized. It's a tug-of-war between openness and control, and right now the rope is stretched tight. As viewers, it's easy to pick a side based on one viral clip or one personal story, but the reality is layered. System can be overwhelmed and still essential. It can need reform without needing to be torn down. It can welcome newcomers while also demanding better planning and infrastructure. The challenge is turning heated arguments into practical solutions. And that's the part that doesn't fit neatly into a 10-second soundbite. This debate isn't going away anytime soon. If anything, it's just getting louder. Policies will change. Elections will be fought over it. Communities will keep feeling the effects in real time. And stories, personal, emotional, complicated stories will continue to shape how people see the issue far more than any spreadsheet ever could. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the immigration system is truly on the verge of collapse, or is this a painful but necessary period of adjustment? Have you or someone you know been stuck in the system, or felt the impact in your community? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the conversation doesn't end when the video does. And if this breakdown helped you see the bigger picture, share it with someone who needs to hear the other side of the story. These are the clashes shaping the future, and right here on Viral Clashes Canada, we're keeping the spotlight on every angle.